What's up, Digidestins? This is Coyote, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be going over my Darkknightmon list that I feel comfortable enough to share with you guys. And we'll do a price breakdown at the end of the video to explain how much this is actually going to cost you. So without further ado, let's dive into the video and talk about it. So let's start off. If you guys like the, sleeves that are here, they are up on my Etsy shop. You guys can go grab them. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, let's see what the Digitama hold. So for Darkknightmon, you definitely want to run Pagumon. The reason for this is it's literally the only way you draw in this color. Because on deletion, reveal the top card of your deck, add to your hand if it's a black Digimon card. Otherwise, place it at the bottom of the deck. It's our only draw option, sadly. This is basically all you have. And if you take that away, there's nothing else you can really do. So, I mean, hey, out of everything else, I would not recommend changing that. Next, we do have 4 new Monotamon. So this card is on play. Reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 2 cards that are either black with Nightmon or Deadly Axemon in their name, or with Twilight in their traits among them to your hand. Place 2 remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. It's a very good, solid searcher. The ability to +2 is really good. We want to be able to grab pieces because a lot of our stuff is by the 2s. We need to have a Deadly Axe, and we do need a, Skull Nightmon to make our Darkknightmons. So without those pieces, you're kind of struggling. So that's why we play it. Next, we do play 3 Chuman. Chuman is your flex spot in this deck, to be honest with you. All turns when your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. I feel like this is a little more important. You could play the other Monotamons, or you could go just 2 Chuman and then 4 Churimons. Anything like that, how you want to go about it. I think that's the best way of it. It is a tech slot. You're going to enjoy it. Make your picks on those. And then we do play Chikorimon. This card is just really good in security. If they hit this in security, that means their big boss Digimon gets de-digivolved. Especially against ×4. You can make it so that now it's no longer ×4. It de-digivolved into a Shoutmon. It can't burst itself out, and it's stuck with a giant stack of pretty much nothing it can do. And outside of that, that's the fun, good stuff here. This is our rookie lineup. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, you can go to 4 here and then play 2 of the old Monotamons. Any way you want to go about it, I think that's your best shot. But I think this is a pretty solid rookie lineup. Since the deck is more about on-playing than you think, you don't need as many crazy rookies because you're not going to be building stacks. So that is our rookie lineup. Next, let's talk about it. We have 4 of the Deadly Axemon. So Deadly Axemon has a really powerful skill. On play, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 2 cards with Nightmon instead of name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then your turn, while this Digimon has Nightmon or Bagramon in its name, it gets plus 2,000 DP. Most of the times, it's just going to be that plus 2,000 DP to our Darkknightmons, or, Nightmon, Mighty Axe mode, stuff like that. Just applies a decent power-up. But I love that it does have the searchability it does. It's a very powerful searcher for a 4-cost. Next, we are playing 4 Skull Nightmon. 4 Skull Nightmon is really impressive because when attacking, you may trash all Digi-Evolution cards of one of your Deadly Axemons and place it at the bottom of this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards to Digivolve this Digimon into a Darkknightmon in your hand without paying its memory cost. If it comes up, it comes up, but to be honest with you, very little will you actually activate it like that. While this Digimon has Nightmon or Bagara in its name, it gets security +1. So, just added security checks really does help out. It applies pressure, and it's really useful. And then we do play 4 of Skull Nightmon Mighty Axe mode. So this is a new card from Bt-10. So this card is treated as Skull Nightmon or Deadly Axemon, so it's searchable throughout the deck. And then on play, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 Nightmon in its name among them, or Deadly Axemon, or Nene among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom trash the remaining, not place, trash them into the trash, and then if you Digicross with 2 materials, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 4 or less. Not a bad trade-off. Being able to pop rookies early on really does help out. And, I mean, even against the mirror match, this is really useful. And it's not too expensive. And you can use it if you have 2 Skull-Knightmon Mighty Axe modes. You can go, if you have a Deadly Axe or Skull Knight, you can instantly just do that. Even works when you do this with, let's say, your, what is it? Pride Memory Boost. So if you use this with Pride Memory Boost, if you hard play it with Pride, you can use the Digicross effects. So it's not a bad trade-off there. I think that's pretty unique and very powerful. And then we do play Skull-Knightmon Cavalier mode, 2 of them at least. So the name of this Digimon this card / Digimon is treated as Skull-Knightmon and Deadly Axemon. The only time it's not is when it's in Raising and you Digivolved into it. That's the only time it's negated. And when Digivolving, this Digimon gains Jamming and Blocker for the turn. Nothing too crazy on this. The blocking and jamming does not, if you Digicross with this, if you Digivolved on field and then took it, it doesn't give it to this one. You have to Digivolve on top of this one to gain that blocker and jamming. So that's kind of just how that goes. Nothing too crazy out of there. And then 1 Grumblemon for that hybrid game shenanigans. Sometimes you just need to get that hybrid game. Outside of that, just a very powerful deck in itself. That is our level 4 lineup. Pretty meaty for our level 4s, isn't it? So let's go into the level 5s. First off, we do have Darkknightmon from the new Bt-10. This card has very much interesting effects. Similar to its Bt-7 counterpart, it kind of wants to have Darkknightmon and Deadly Axemon. So this thing comes in for a 4 cost with its Digicross ability if you use both. Not a bad trade-off. May come in for 6. But on play, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and then if you Digicross with 2 materials, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 5 or less. Gets rid of threats off board very easily, especially if you Digivolve them from their ultimate to champions. Not a bad trade-off, but all turns, it has a preventative skill, by the way. This effect activates at the time this would be decoy. So what's really nice about it is, when this Digimon would be deleted, by returning 1 level 4 or lower black Digimon card from this Digi-Evolution card sources to your hand, you may play 1 Skull-Knightmon or Deadly Axemon from the Digi-Evolution cards without paying its memory cost. So, this is really powerful, that basically you get some nice sources out of it. You get a +1 to hand, and you get 1 from its sources. Not a bad deal. I think that's very powerful, and being able to activate when decoy is. What's really nice is, let's say they Iron Fist Onslaught. This thing pops, instantly does its effect. Now, since this thing happened at the time of decoy, now you get to negate the effect. So it's really nice. It's a nice preventative. And then we do play 3 Darkknightmons from Bt-7. On play, you may place 1 Skull-Knightmon or Deadly Axemon from your hand or trash under this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards in any order. Not bad, but all turns when this Digimon is deleted, you may play 1 Skull-Knightmon or Deadly Axemon from this Digi-Evolution card suspended without paying their memory costs. So basically, preventative skill, same time as decoy activates, they're both the same time. Really powerful, cycles in, gets you pieces. I think this is a very powerful, all-around great deck. Next, we got their uber top end. So, we only play 6 Darkknightmon X Antibody. So, it can Digivolve on top of Darkknightmon for 4, so a nice lower cost. But when Digivolving, return 1 black or purple Digimon card with other than Darkknightmon X Antibody from your trash to your hand. Then, this Digimon has Darkknightmon or X Antibodies Digi-Evolution cards. Delete 1 Tamer, unsuspend this Digimon. So you get multiple swings in if you pop a Nene. This could mean it only Digivolved for 2, because you gain 2 memory back from Nene. But on deletion, you may play 1 Darkknightmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So, that's very powerful, being able to cycle back in your Darkknightmons, especially depending on the combo. You could end up with really interesting board states. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to do some like TikTok or YouTube videos of combos with these decks. It would be really interesting to show you guys, and I would love to. Literally the most expensive card in this deck is Axemon. Yes, I am proxying this, but it's just because I want to be honest with you. If you don't have the X money, go and get, when that set drops, play Immortal Ruler. And I'll explain shortly what that is, but if you don't know about Axemon, is basically on play, you may, when you would play this card, reduce the play cost for 3 for each of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamers in play. On play, when Digivolving, de-Digivolve all your opponent's Digimon, then delete all your opponent's Digimon level 4 or lower. Basically controls the board, punishes them for going wide or set up, and at the end of your opponent's turn, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So it keeps the board as a minimum. So not a bad trade-off. X is very powerful. And then we do play one Omnimon Zawart. Man, a flashback from the past. So when Digivolving, trash 3 cards from the top of your deck. Then you may play up to 2 black or purple Digimon card with a play cost 8 or less from your trash without paying their memory cost. Can you guess what we're grabbing? Our Darkknightmons. And when attacking, you may return 1 level 6 to this Digi-Evolution cards to its owner's hand. Delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with a play cost 12 or less. We don't care about the popping effect. We really don't. But it's all about being able to get 2 Darkknightmons out of the trade. It means we get multiple bodies, which means we get 2 ultimate blockers up that just circumvents and produces more blockers. So it gets ridiculous pretty quickly. Tamers, we play 2 Izzies. This could be 1 Izzy and 1 Izzy Joe, but I've been testing out 2 Izzies just because I want consistency, and especially if this is hidden security, that might mean you get to pass turn, which really does help out. It sets you to 3, but on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If all cards revealed are black, gain 1 memory. Place the remaining cards at the top of your deck in any order. We only have 1 target in the deck that is just basically a dead card. Hope that one of is in your hand or not within those top 3. And then you gain extra memory. Not a bad trade-off. And then we do play 4 Nene. So Nene is really powerful because on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Nightmon or Deadly Axemon in its name, or Twilight and trade among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then all your Digimon with Darkknightmon in its name or Twilight in their traits gain blocker. This is where blocker comes important because sometimes you just need enough blockers to prevent your opponent from winning. On deletion, gain 2 memory. And it's really good. She's a very powerful tamer. And setting up blocker really does help out. So that is our tamer lineup. Now going over to the options. We play 2 ultimate flares. So main effect, de-Digivolve 3 of one of your opponent's Digimon. So what's really nice about de-Digi-Evolution is you get to choose when to stop. So let's say they have a Shoutmon there. What you can do, that ×4 swings in, they hit this, de-Digivolve it once, and then go for the Shoutmon. I mean, it won't kill the Shoutmon because it's a play cost 4, but depending on how their stack is, because it's always ordered the same, you can de-Digivolve it in a way that they're not going to gain too much momentum out of it. And then delete all your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 3 or less. Not bad. I think being able to de-Digivolve in this format is really important because they are building unique stacks, and that's going to help. And then we do play 3 of the Pride Memory Boost. This card sets up so much because revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, you may play one black Digimon card with a play cost 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Trash the remaining cards, then place this card in the battle area. Delay, gain 2 memory. Not bad. It's our memory extender. And like I mentioned before, I did talk about if you don't have X money, just play Immortal Ruler. Let me read this card out for you. While you have Nene in play, use this card without meeting its color requirements, since we'll always have Nene. We have nothing to worry about. Trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you may play 1 Darkknightmon from your trash, paying its memory cost. If a Digimon with Digicross requirements would be played, you may Also place cards from trash as Digievolution cards when you Digicross. So basically, let's say you're at 4 memory. One thing about the Immortal Ruler is, let's say we have this in trash, one of these in trash, and one of these in trash. And then we have the Nene. We activate Immortal Ruler. We'll pay for 8, but just wait. Since it's Darkknightmon gets to play from trash, and then Cavalier Mode gets to play from trash. Now this only costs you 4 memory. If you had 4 memory because you had, let's say, Pride Mem Boost and an Izzy out, you pop the Pride Mem Boost, go into Immortal Ruler, you get a Darkknightmon. Yes, it can't swing this turn, but the Digievolution and pop really does help out. It's just ways of going about it. And what's really awesome, let's just say we are just beginning out. We go Pride Mem Boost. We mill, and it ends up being at least we have, doesn't matter. We only want to see possibly the viable targets for this. Let me show you. Are you want one of these two to be the targets. If you see this, go for this, because if you have the sources in hand, instantly put it underneath there. Set yourself up. He's already pretty live, being able to pop anything that was just played. It really does help out. And then you're just set up, and then you get to search and add more pieces to your hand. And who doesn't like to be able to Digivolve further up and go, let's say, following turn, we go into Darkknightmon, because you pop this, instantly now you're at 3. This gets to swing him. He dies. Well, congratulations. You get to either have Mighty Axe and this come out, or you want both of these to come out. Or better yet, this comes out, and then you can do it all over again. Set yourself up, get you another piece underneath, and then from there, go ham. It's not a bad trade-off. So, I think this deck has a lot of combo. It has a very high ceiling to understand what this deck is going to do, and has potential like no other. So let's break down the deck's price. Let's be honest, if you don't buy Death Axemons, the deck's about a $40 deck. Meaning for budget competitively wise, this deck is pretty nuts out of the gate. You get to use cards like Iron Fist Onslaught, Mechanori, you know, anything that you might want to substitute in, you can. And like I said, a lot of it's self-contained in the set. All you really need to hunt down are your Deadly Axemon, Darkknightmons, and Darkknightmon Crimson Mode, and your Darkknightmon. That's about $3 a piece right now. The deck is uberly budget-friendly, and I think this is a very good, interesting of any black players that want to play out. I mean, look at this. Pogumon's $1 for 4 copies. Chuman's about $1.50 for 3 copies. Chichurimon is about 15 cents for 3 copies. Monotamon, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm predicting is only going to be like 10 cents a pop. So 40 cents there. Deadly Axemon, about 4 cents. 16 cents there. Darkknightmon, about 10 cents. 4 cents there. Darkknightmon Mighty Axe Mode is, I'm going to assume it's going to be like 10 cents as well. About 40 cents there. This could be 10 cents to 30, but I'm going to go on the low end after all cards are released. Darkknightmon Cavalier Mode is about 4 cents, 8 cents just to get yourself a playset there. Grumblemon's about 4 cents there. Darkknightmon, you know, from Bt-10, I'm going to say is going to be like $1 a pop. So you're looking at $4 for a playset. Darkknightmon from Bt-7, looking like $3 right now on TCG Player. Definitely going to go up a little bit more. But right now, just even for 3 copies, going to 4, that's $12. That's only bringing you up another $10, $40 deck. Darkknightmon X Antibody, it's sitting at 7 for pre-sale. Expect this to drop to 2, maybe even less. When it drops, pick it up. When it drops crazily, it's about, I think, gonna be like a $2 card. $8. Expect that. Death Axemon is really the only expensive card, $64 a pop, $128. So it'll cost you $160 if you need the Death X. Omnimon Zawarts, about $4 a piece. Nene, it's going to be like a 50 cent to $1 card. $2 I'm gonna go for. High end 4. And then ultimate flares are 50 cents a pop, $1. Prime Mem Boost is 17 cents a pop. Like, guys, the deck doesn't get this cheap very easily. You know, $40 is not a bad trade-off for a deck that is basically a tier 1.5, tier 2 deck that can actually keep up with the meta. So I definitely think it's a good investment. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next video. Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace.